One thing I've noticed about this setup is that I have to be careful where my hand is as I create shadows. Hello, welcome to my living room. I am testing out filming in my living room. This is a new backdrop, which is a little bit more exciting than the various closets in my bedroom. I don't know about this yet. I don't know if I love the lighting or not. This is a little bit more disruptive to my family. Husband and dog are literally right behind the camera, but was also his idea, so we'll see. This is my first haul video. I decided I'm going to do these once every 4 months. So this is everything that I acquired from January to the end of April. We've got a decent amount of things here. I'm a little embarrassed to be doing this directly in front of my husband, who I share a bank account with, but that's fine. Let's get into it. My first acquisition of the year. And this is sort of like I technically paid for it in December, arrived in January, so I'm just counting it as part of the 2025 haul. This is Lolita Lempicka Le Parfum. This is sort of like a cherry and licorice scent. This was kind of a surprise to me because I got this as a sample in like a different fragrance net order. I didn't think I liked licorice in fragrances. I think the licorice and pink sugar bothered me, so I decluttered that, and because of that, I thought I didn't like licorice as a scent. Turns out I do when it's mixed with cherry. I got the sample, I really, really liked it, so I acquired this bottle. This is the 2021 version, I believe. This particular scent, there's a lot of different versions of it because of acquisitions of companies and things, and there were some bottle changes that were not as pretty as this. I'm letting this sit for a bit because the sample smelled a lot better than the bottle. The cherry is just sort of starting to emerge a little bit. Really wonderful sort of fall winter scent. So that is my first acquisition of the year. It was pretty decently priced too. I think I paid only $50 for this 100 ml, so that's a pretty good price. Lolita Lempicka. My next acquisition of the year was a trade, actually. So I got this, I traded this for something else that I had in my collection that I no longer wanted. In return, I got Skylar's Fall Cashmere. This scent, for a while I was a member of the Scent of the Month Club. I'm not anymore, but the Scent of the Month Club, you'd get a roller ball. You'll see very shortly in this video. And then they also sent you some samples, and Skylar kept sending samples of Fall Cashmere to me. And I really liked the scent. It's a very sort of spicy tea scent. Sweet and kind of spicy. To me, this sort of smells kind of like a chai. And I really do dig this quite a bit. And I like the samples, but I was I wasn't sure if I wanted a full bottle of this. I didn't know I was going to go for it. But for trade, for virtually nothing, I got this, and it was a full unopened bottle, and I'm very happy with this. So that is Skylar's Fall Cashmere. And speaking of Skylar's Scent of the Month Club, the next thing that came was Skylar's Milk and Chill. This is part of their Scent of the Month Club. They do come in roller balls. I have switched them out for sprayers, which is why my bottles look a little weird, and they will going forward. This actually does smell like cold milk, which is really kind of a wild thing. It smells cold, it smells kind of creamy. When you spray it on initially, you're sort of oh, okay. When it warms up on the skin, it smells really, really lovely. So it's kind of an interesting little lactonic milk fragrance. So that is Skylar's Milk and Chill. The next thing I purchased was Imaginary Authors Blend number 83. This is a collaboration between Imaginary Authors, Absolute Vodka, and Kahlua. This is supposed to be an espresso martini scent. I bought a partial off somebody, as you can see. I had a sample of this when it first came out, and I really liked it quite a bit. It's very, very, very dark. This is probably the darkest scent I own, the darkest, deepest scent I own. Obviously, it smells like coffee, chocolate, that kind of thing. Alcohol, very boozy. Very, very deep. This was in the middle of winter when I was going man, I really should have bought a bottle of this. I sort of hemmed and hawed when it came out, and then because it is a limited edition, it left. And I was oh well, I guess never mind. But this winter I was sort of going, I wish I had something. I occasionally have cravings for really, really deep scents. And I was man, I really should have bought that. And then it came up for sale in one of the groups I'm in. So I have a partial now. I can see how someone would think this would be not sweet enough or not creamy enough. It's certainly none of those things. When you think of a coffee Kahlua scent, those things might come up. That is not what this is at all. Imaginary Authors blend number 83. Next thing it came was another scent of the month from Skylar. This is Skylar's Heartstrings. This is sort of a sweet plum scent. It is a pleasant plum scent, but it's not really anything more to it than that. Like, I think this has got like honey in it and that kind of thing, but it just sort of smells like a nice, sweet, fresh plum. I like it enough. I also find with all of the Skylar scent of the months, something to know is I find when they initially arrive, they're a little weak and they get stronger the longer they sit. So that's just something to keep in mind, I guess, if you want to take part in it. That was February scent of the month. This is Skylar's Heartstrings. The next thing, and something I do not advise in any way, is I went on Poshmark and I bought an old Bath and Body Works scent for too much money. Really, what you got to do is be patient and wait for Bath and Body Works scents that you like to come back around. I did not. And I don't advise it. I bought a bottle of Mango Mai Tai. This is a scent I really loved. And the reason why I didn't have it already was because I bought a bunch of hand soaps all at once. I didn't get to this in soap version for a very long time, and I fell in love with the hand soap. And by the time I got around to it, it was no longer in a body mist, and I have been waiting for several years, and it has not come back. I just went ahead and I bought a bottle off of somebody on Poshmark. This is a very sweet mango fragrance. This is officially mango nectar, sun-kissed guava, and sugarcane. I really like this scent quite a bit. I am really glad that I have it. Bath & Body Works Mango Mai Tai. This next scent I have not even spoken about on the channel at all yet, but you'll be hearing about it because summer is coming up. And I really love this scent. This is Andrea Maack. This is Solstice. This is such an underrated scent. This is a watermelon scent. This smells exactly like a watermelon. A lot of watermelon scents will go very like watermelon Jolly Rancher, like watermelon candy. This is actually a very like photorealistic watermelon in terms of like it kind of smells green in a way. It smells like the watermelon, but also the rind and like that sort of greenness going on. It's also got like an iris note that sort of like mimics that green rindness. It's really long lasting watermelon scent, very realistic. I really love this scent. I had a decant of this last year and I used it up and it's been on my wish list ever since and I finally acquired it. I love this scent. It's really high up there. It could be in the top 10 maybe. Would you like to see a top 10 from me? I will do one at some point. Let me know. But this might be on there. I really love this scent quite a bit. And I can't wait till summer to wear it. This is not a very summery looking bottle, I will say that. This is pretty goth looking, but I really, such a beautiful summer scent. I don't think people talk about it enough. I think it's very underrated. This is Andrea Maack. This is Solstice. This is Dolce & Gabbana's Lempicka Royale. This is a cranberry and cedarwood version of the original Lempicka DNA. So the Lempicka DNA, the classic one, is very like watermelon and kiwi and fruity and summery. This still smells like that original, except that the wateriness is sort of like more from like the cranberry, the wateriness and the tartness, I would say, from the original, because the original also has rhubarb. That is sort of replaced with like a cranberry, and then like it's got a sort of like woody undertone from the cedar. So it brings that Lempicka scent profile like sort of into like a spring and fall version for me. I really enjoy this quite a bit. I have also been on the hunt for like the ultimate cranberry scent, and this is a pretty good one, so I'm really excited to have this. This was a blind buy for me, so I'm really glad it worked out. This is Lempicka Royale. The next acquisition, this is Juliet Rose Key Lime Pie. This is an indie brand. This was also a blind buy for me because of shipping costs and whatnot. It didn't really make sense to just get a sample. It made more sense to get a small bottle, so I got this little 30 ml. I am on the hunt for key lime pie scents. I want to smell like key lime pie. Basically what I want is I want a key lime pie version of Theodoros Kalatini's lemon tart. I think that would be fantastic. I haven't found it yet, but if you know of something, please let me know. So I wanted to try this. I will say, you'll see this in an upcoming declutter video. This did not work out for me at all. Unfortunately, I sprayed this. I was like kind of intrigued, and then my husband was like, "Oh, it smells like a pool," and he is correct. This smells too much like a very chlorinated indoor pool to me, and I was like, "Oh God!" And then I let it sit for like a month, because I wanted it to like maybe get better, and I'd been traveling and it like shipped from the UK and all that. So I was like, okay, maybe if I let it settle for a bit, it will not smell like a pool. It still smells like a pool. So this has been decluttered, and by decluttered me, I mean it is sitting under my bed waiting for someone else to take it. So unfortunately, this is a blind buy fail for me. This is Juliet Rose Key Lime Pie. The next acquisition, this was out of a perfume group I was in. I bought a partial. This is CK1 Summer 2012. It is 2025, obviously. So this is a pretty old scent, a limited edition scent from many, many years ago. I had, when you poke around on various fragrance websites, I'd come across this, and it was supposed to have like sort of like a melony cucumber kind of vibe, which is like absolutely my jam. If you've been watching my channel at all, you know that big fan of melon scents, big fan of cucumber scents, that sort of freshy, watery thing. I love that. That is absolutely for me. So I'd seen this, but because it was from 2012, very hard to get. I'd also like looked and I was like, oh, it's very expensive on eBay, so I'm never gonna smell this. But oh well. So I'd sort of dismissed it. But this came up in one of my groups for a very, very, very reasonable price. Particularly because it doesn't have a lid. There's a little bit of like a chip in the stuff there that's like super worn and chipped at the back in terms of like the finish on the bottle. So it's kind of a funky looking bottle, and it's like only partially full, but this was a really, really good deal. This was again a blind buy for me because I was like, well, that's a pretty great price for this. I am never gonna get another chance to smell it, particularly for that price, unless I want to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars, which I didn't want to do. So I took a risk and I bought this, and I really do like it. I think it's going to be really great in the summer. So that's CK1 Summer 2012. I also really like this bottle, this pink and green. I love this. The next acquisition was another Skylar Scent of the Month Club. This was in fact the last one before I canceled my membership. I only canceled because of tariffs. I don't want to get into that, but I'm in Canada, so that's all you need to know, I guess. This is Siren Pearl. This comes off to me as just a very fresh, juicy pineapple scent. Very summery, very beachy. There's not a lot of depth going on in this. It's just like a nice, pleasant pineapple scent. So I enjoy this enough. I'll wear this this summer. So that's Skylar's Siren Pearl. The next thing I got was actually a wonderful gift from a friend. So thank you, Crystal. I love you. This is Victoria's Secret Bombshell. This is a scent that's very juicy. It actually sort of reminds me a lot of Bright Crystal by Versace. I know there's like a billion versions of these bombshells at this point. I think Victoria's Secret puts out a lot of these. I do like it. I was actually really impressed with the longevity on this. I expected this to be a very like light wearing scent, particularly for Victoria's Secret. This actually lasted on me quite a bit of time, and it's like a nice pleasant scent. It is a little generic, but like that can be okay sometimes. That is Victoria's Secret Bombshell. I also this was a rollerball that I also switched out as well. The next thing that I acquired, this is Zarkoperfume. This is Pink Molécule 09009. This is like an apricot champagne scent. It is really, really strong and really, really pretty. It smells, I really like this. So I got this, I think the sample came with Andrea Maack Solstice. I got a little sample of this from the shop. It was just like a surprise thing they threw in. I was not expecting this. I was not looking into this. I smelled the sample and I was like, oh, I love this. It's a very like strong apricot, strong champagne, very bubbly, very fruity. I really, really dig this quite a bit. And I almost immediately went on the hunt for bottles. As soon as I could find one for kind of cheap, I found one. I was trying to get the 50 ml. This is, I think, the 100 ml. I accidentally bought one bigger than I needed, but this is really, really a pretty beautiful scent. It's a couple years old at this point, but really, really lovely if you can get your hands on it. This is Zarkoperfume Pink Molécule. So we're getting down to the final bits. I talked about potentially getting this in this for sale, and I did. I upgraded to a bigger bottle of Sol de Janeiro's Cheirosa 59. This is a very like light vanilla scent, but it lasts quite a long time for body mist. Okay, the light is falling. Now the lighting might be really different. Anyways, what was I saying? This in tandem with the body cream version of this the scent lasts just as long as the fragrance. It's a pretty like skin scent fragrance. It's not like a beast mode, but it is a very like light, pleasant vanilla scent that will really linger all day. I really like this a lot, so I'm pretty excited to have a bigger bottle of this. That is Sol de Janeiro's Cheirosa 59. And then I did make a surprise other purchase at this for sale. Just because, okay, so this is Commodity Milk Bold. This is a lactonic ebony wood fragrance. This is a scent that I've tested once or twice, and occasionally my brain just keeps like thinking about it a little bit more, being like, oh, that might be nice. And then like when I have it, I'm like occasionally like, okay, it's okay, but I don't need more of it. But then when I don't have it, I sort of think about it a little bit more. So I was in the mode where I was thinking about this a little bit. I decided to just go get a little travel spray of it. Just want a little bit of a longer relationship. So we'll see how this goes in the fall and the winter. See if I want to eventually upgrade to a bigger bottle, but I do really like the bold version of this. It's sort of like milky and woody, which is kind of like a weird combination, but it works. So that is Commodity Milk Bold. And I thought that was going to be it. We were reaching the very end of April. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be making any more purchases. I am too busy. I am working too much. I'm not really doing that right now. And then something that was on my wish list, I found a really, really good deal in one of my fragrance groups, and I couldn't pass it up because it was really, really good deal. So even though I wasn't going to buy this for several more months, this is Daisy Wild Oh So Intense. This is like a banana flower scent. It's like banana flower and amber. I really like this for like spring and summer. You saw me with the little like tester sprays that I did in previous videos. And I was like, oh, I really like this. Like, oh, I'm kind of excited about it. But like I have a travel of Daisy Wild, the original, because I wanted a little more time with that. So I was like, oh, this is kind of nice, but it doesn't last very long. And so I just got like a travel spray. And then I was like, when I smelled the intense version, I was just going to be like, okay, so when I'm done Daisy Wild, I will upgrade to Daisy Wild Intense, like a bottle of this. And I wasn't going to do this for a while because I still have the Daisy Wild travel spray. But deal was too good to resist. Plus this bottle is so stinking cute. Look at this little vase with all the like stems. Super, super cute. I really like this. So yeah, this is my latest acquisition. This is Daisy Wild Oh So Intense. And that is it. That is the haul for the last 4 months. This is probably more perfume than any normal person would buy. That's okay. I am a collector and I use my fragrances, so I'm not mad about it. I would love to know, what have you picked up lately? What are your latest purchases? Would love to hear about it. Thank you so much for watching, friends. I will see you around. Also, let me know what you think of the background. Background change? Yes, no. Lighting probably needs to be worked on a little bit. Thanks, friends. See you around.